Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Got some GACs we're going to play today. Well, one. I've had two accounts on and off, and I guess I've gotten used to saying GACs, but yeah, just the Darth Loquitur account we're going to play today. Jellywatch says hello, greetings from Germany. Hey, well, greetings right back at you. Hope the weather over there is pleasant. Looks like we're going to have a swimming day here in Texas. It's already almost 90 degrees at 11 o'clock in the morning, so I think I'll be out in my pool later today enjoying that. So, yep, got these hot summer days. Got a pool to enjoy it. Better get in there, right? Jelly, just another consumer says, I tried two accounts and my wife couldn't tolerate it. Yeah, there's some truth to that. Yeah, the game does take a lot of time these days with, I don't mind the normal gameplay. Territory wars and territory battles seem fine to me. But the conquest game mode and the raids, man, it really, I know the raids only run like once every 6 days, but a lot of these teams, like, if you don't go through it and click the buttons, I'll tell you my story. For the Naboo raid, for example, my Queen Amidala team, if I get too many of the enemy leaders with the speed buff, I just have to restart. So I have to play that through like 3-4 times every time to get my contribution score for the guild. And no matter what I've done with my mods or gameplay or anything else, it just comes down to, whether or not I get some lucky RNG in the matchup. And so it takes me like a half hour, 40 minutes just to play that one team. So Conquest and Raid, I don't know, take me a long time. And that's, when I was playing two accounts, that's the issue that I also had. When Conquest was on, trying to play two accounts through Conquest, once both accounts were on hard Conquest, it really took a lot of time. And the same thing with Raids. When Raids would be up and running on both accounts, it was really oppressive how much time it would take for both accounts. So, yeah, I think I think most of the game it's not bad playing 2 accounts, like the daily gameplay, territory wars, territory battles, not too bad. But conquest and raids really, at least for me, those are the time suckers where I feel myself spending a lot of time in the game and not really enjoying it. So, you know. Zoltar says Mike is a little loud, by the way. I can turn it down. I haven't done anything different. Oh, man. I see that thing spiking. Holy cow. I swear to you guys, I haven't changed a thing. All right. We'll take this thing way down. That should be back to pretty much normal levels where you guys could expect it. Yeah, I don't know. That makes no sense. No settings were changed between the last time I streamed now. Maybe I just got, I don't know. I have no explanation for it, y'all. But let me know if this is better. If this is still too loud, I can turn it down some more. If it's not, if it's back to normal levels, then somebody please confirm that this is more what you're used to. So, all right. Because, again, if the mic settings changed, I don't know what else might have changed either. Rabel says, no SLKR? No, there does not appear to be an SLKR on defense today. No Raycron. Zoltar says, sounds better? Okay, good. Well, sounds better doesn't mean it sounds good. Okay. Man, I made meatballs yesterday. I spent a lot of time making meatballs. Have you guys ever done like crock pot meatballs where you put in like some barbecue sauce and grape jelly and slow cook the meatballs and make some pretty tasty like appetizer, snack, treat, meatball, I don't know, whatever. I do that from time to time. And I did it yesterday. But I decided I was going to try to use pineapple instead of the grape jelly. Use a little bit of grape jelly, but a little bit of crushed pineapple to try to get a different flavor. And man, it did not turn out quite like I had hoped. The pineapples were too watery. It thinned down the sauce in the crock pot. So yeah. Anyway, if anybody has a good alternate version of that recipe, I've also done a recipe with some maple syrup in the past. Used like maple barbecue sauce and replaced some of the grape jelly with maple syrup. That turned out pretty well. So yeah, if anybody's got an interesting twist on like crock pot meatballs, throw that up in chat. Something I could try for next time. I'll lower the mic volume even more. We'll get it so that it's just barely in the yellow on this EQ here. Now, I'll tell you guys. Well, you know what? I can show you guys. Here, watch this. Let's do this. See if I can... Nope, that's not what I want. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going to try something. Just for the fun of it. Let's do this. Put up the lightsaber screen for a second. And then I'm going to see if I can show you guys something here. Okay. Let's pick out a screenshot here. So on this screenshot, how do I make this bigger? Well, anyway, the mic volume here, you can see I've got it turned down to like -35. The normal setting for me is to have this thing all the way up here at like -10 on this volume, like 95% volume. So whatever's changed, I've reduced the volume by like half, and it's still not as low as it normally is. That's crazy. Something changed in my settings. I don't even know. I got nothing. All right, let's get in here and start scouting this opponent. RSWeirdness, part of Reckless Unleashed. 11 million galactic power, so actually a little less galactic power than me. That's curious, interesting. 6.6 in characters, 4.4 in ships. Galactic War Battles, 125,901, so that's 6 years played. If we go in here in inventory, ships, Leviathan, Profundity, Executor, all the stuff, characters, 6 Galactic Legends. So 6 GLs, and probably what you would call a free-to-play timeline, right? So he's behind on some of the newer stuff. He doesn't have Balin yet. He doesn't have like any of the new Bad Batch, new clones, stuff like that he's working on. So he's still maybe go out on a limb here and say more of a casual player, free-to-play timeline. Building what he wants to build. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We don't see a lot of people like that anymore who haven't gone for light speed bundles and a lot of the new stuff. So Ezra Bridger's in here. We've got Ezra Bridger as the fastest character at 326. Ooh. That's also a casual player mod speed, 324 on 000. Okay. So we've got some advantages on this player. We've got a little bit better mods, a few more Galactic Legends. So basically, with that in mind, this player is swinging for the fences, it looks like to me. So we've got Gungans here with a Gungan Kron. We've got an interesting team with Maul, with light side Mandalorians. We've got Radis. We've got a kind of a old school Jedi training Rey team here. We've got the Vacuum Cleaner 50 RT on defense here. Over here we've got a Savage-led Sith team. We've got Malgus with Dooku. I'm not sure what this team is all about. We've got the Sith Assassin, Datacron. Here we've got a typical like Hondo team. Queen Amidala, so far looking like the best team we've got on defense. So to me, when I see this, I immediately think, well, this player is just absolutely swinging for the fences on offense. They're like, you know what? At this level of GAC, I'm behind in Galactic Legends. I'm behind in, some stuff in the game. So I'm just going to take it all on offense and beat my opponent on banners. Obviously, the player's Kyber too. So this strategy is working for them, right? If it wasn't working, they wouldn't be Kyber too. So we're going to have to be careful on banners. We're going to have to drop 0 battles ever. That's going to have to be the plan here. And I've made this mistake several times in the past where I underestimate some of these teams and end up, dropping a battle to one of these sort of mid-range teams. So I got to remember that I've got a lot of tools in my toolbox, and some of these teams we're just going to have to severely overkill so that we don't drop any battles. That will have to be the order of the day. This bounty hunter team has almost 90% crit damage, some extra offense, and Django Fett giving turn meter, defense penetration. So like this team right here, if I take in a team that's weaker, Django could be easily one-shotting my characters. So these are the kinds of teams where I have to, go in maybe a little overboard. We'll save my Galactic Legends for the back wall. But like here, I'm going to try to use gas, and I figure gas can soak up the big Django hits, and we'll stand back up and do it over and over again until we get this battle won. So I'll take in a 15% health and protection cron. This has crit damage, armor penetration, seems good for gas. And we'll try to make this work. Caden Reef says, it'll look like it'd be a nice break from the recent JC defenses you've had. He's definitely full offense, says Rabel. The other chance is a trap back wall or a ship's only defense. Yeah, exactly. But I don't think so. So if he has a trap defense, I have. Oh, I just left my build. I have what I would consider to be kind of a trap defense, right? So what I'm doing is I put pretty good teams on the front wall here. We've got some Inquisitors. We've got Star Killer, the Sith team, Malicos, the Knight Brothers. I need to put some Datacrons in these guys because I have some more Datacrons now. I just didn't do it. But the whole point is, if people start using Galactic Legends, I'm hoping to pull Bane here, for example. So like people might use Bane here. They might use a Galactic Legend against one of these teams somewhere. Use up a couple of their premium A-grade teams, to try to beat some of this stuff. Use Malgus somewhere, things like that. So we're going to try to weed out some of their good teams. Maybe pull a Galactic Legend somewhere in here. Hopefully try to grab the Bane. Even if we grab Phoenix here, that's fine. But then the hope is when they get to the back wall, that they're stuck, right? But in order to do this, you can't just build a big back wall. You also have to have the zone in front of ships be pretty stout, right? So here we've got Remnant, Lord Vader, Jabba, the new Ahsoka, and a Qui-Gon team. So, not the best defense in the world, but the idea is, once they use up teams here, they have to see a hard back wall and also a hard front wall here. That's the only way you pull off a trap defense. With this player's defense, the top wall is also easy, right? So even if he's got big stuff on the back wall, we just crack through this front wall here. We see the back wall. We've got all the teams that we need to deal with that back wall. It's not a problem, right? So that's the issue. Like, I don't think this guy can have much of a trap defense because the back wall is, or the top front is not that scary. Again, it doesn't mean I'm right, but that's the theory that I use for setting up my defense. I hope that makes sense. Makes sense to me anyhow. Hey DL, something really wrong with the amp on your mic, not the volume itself? Oh, let me check something. These settings, I think I might have an idea what happened. No? Nope. Okay. I'm going to go check something. All right, let's see what that did. Did that do anything different? New or different? Well, whatever I streamed with Monday night, I mean, I'm streaming with the exact same equipment, set up everything that I streamed with for Wednesday. Right? So I streamed on Monday for the D&D stuff. I streamed on Wednesday, and nothing has changed. So let's see if that changed anything. Did that change anything? No sound now. Rabel says, I hear you fine. Vision says no change. Well, there's not much I can do about this unless I restart OBS. So here's the only thing that I did. I got new stereo equipment. And it's from Anthem. And Anthem uses a room correction technology that I ran, and there's a microphone. So I have to hook the amp to my computer, a microphone to my computer, and run the ARC system. None of that stuff's running right now, though. But I did have that mic plugged in. So I don't know if having that mic plugged in for the stereo somehow messed things up. That has to be it. I mean, that's the only thing that I've done differently. All right, when this stream's over, I will restart my computer and see if I can get things back to normal, but I don't want to, unless it's really bad. Maybe gain? I don't know, all the settings are the same, guys. There's not a thing that's been done differently. Okay, I'm just going to continue. If it's so bad that I need to stop the stream and restart, let me know. Move the mic further away. Okay. Move the mic further away. But if it's so bad that like I need to stop streaming and do something else, it sounds better when you're not close to the mic. Okay. Let me go check one more thing. And make sure that I'm not picking up like both the, because if I'm picking up both the microphone and also the camera, for example, that would be bad. Visions of Him says that we can increase the volume. Better now? It's good with the mic distance deal. Okay, all right. Well, we'll just keep going then. All right, let's get in here and see if we can beat this bounty hunter team first of all. All right. Let's take the fire off. We'll do the armor shred first here. All right. And then I think we want to do Zam next because once we start killing Django, we're going to have to kill him twice. Anyway. Oh, no, we don't because we're gas. Yeah, we only have to kill him once. All right. Then this, I think Bane is probably a more useful... This feels so weird. I've got the microphone so far away from me. It feels so weird. Underestimating teams has been an issue for me of late. Really surprised at how hard Relic 8 Snowtrooper hits. Man, I love you for saying that. Snowtrooper still one of my... Oddly, still one of my favorite characters. I love the Snowtrooper. There's some of the older characters that I like just for the absolute simplicity of their kit. Right? What does a Snowtrooper does? He does area of effect, he gets crits, he reduces the cooldown so that he can just do it every turn. He's like a laser lawnmower. Just doing damage. And unlike the movies, the Stormtroopers in Star Wars of Galaxy of Heroes, they're accurate. They know how to hit stuff. All right, let's see. We'll use this. There's some defense, garbage, whatever. This battle's pretty straightforward. Bane beats this, and JMK beats this. I don't really have another team set up to beat it. So we'll use the JMK here, and I think Bane's just a better tool in case he's got surprises on the back wall for me. I'll still have that Bane, and we can deal with whatever that might look like. All right. Guys, I'm telling you, having the mic this far away is just so weird. It feels like I've got so much space. Oh, man. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it really makes the setup feel different. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. All right. Maybe my room correction software also corrected my mic output for my computer somehow. Maybe it's a computer correction as well. But I'm sad, guys. I'm sad. I spent a lot of money on stereo equipment. I spent a ridiculous amount upgrading my stereo. And I bought this massive SVS subwoofer. The thing is like the size of a small car. And it doesn't work. Somehow it got damaged during shipment or something. And so I've got a brand new massive subwoofer and it doesn't work. Their customer service people were decent to me though. Like they made me do a bunch of troubleshooting and I made them a fun video, right? So they were telling me all this testing stuff that I needed to do. And I was running through the testing. And they were like, well, what about this? Well, what about this? Well, what about this? I mean, obviously they don't want it to be their product. So I actually used my video making and video editing skills from being a streamer. And I put together a video of me hooking up a completely independent source to my old subwoofer and the new subwoofer and had them both play, and you could definitely hear that there's something wrong with the new one. So I sent that video to the customer service person and immediately got an email back that said, okay, return authorization, we'll send you a new one on Monday, and you know, whatever. So I mean, I'll get a subwoofer that works, but I mean, you don't want to spend this kind of money and get the build up and the anticipation and turn it all on and then it doesn't work like you expect. That's but if that ever happens to you folks, don't be mean to the customer service people. Like, man, I know a lot of customer service people, and I know that people can be really nasty, you know, when they're not happy. Customer service people are just normal people like you and me with a job to do, and they got a checklist, and they've been told by their boss a certain way to handle conversations, and they're doing what they can. Don't get all nasty and take it out on them. So be nice to your customer service people. All right, we've got a Radis up top. And we've got we could use Jedi for this. I kind of really like Jedi for that. And we've also got this Hondo team that I really like Jedi for. Maybe we should use the Bounty Hunter team here. This doesn't look like a team that's going to do that much damage. I mean, Beskar Mando can be dangerous, but I don't think he's going to get that many stacks with this team. So let's take a look at Bounty Hunters. And this may be exactly one of those battles where I'm going to underestimate something. But I feel like this should work. I feel like this should work. What do we need for a Datacron here? We only need something moderate, right? It's got a little bit of defense, crit damage, Hellsteel. We could take that. Rainbow says, you spend too much on stereo equipment? Only people I'm mean to, mostly just so they get the hint and go away, is door-to-door sales. In Texas, they're not allowed to do door-to-door sales unless you if you put a no soliciting sign, they're not allowed to solicit. Like it's if you're a door-to-door salesman, you're supposed to look for those signs. So we've got a big no soliciting sign posted out there, and I actually did that one time. Somebody knocked at our door, and they were obviously soliciting, and I answered the door because I thought it was something else that I was expecting. And I'm caught there with a salesperson. So, the first question that they asked me, I just walked to the end of my sidewalk and stood next to my sign that says no soliciting. And they're like, well, sir, what do you think? And I'm just pointing down at the sign. And finally, the guy sees it. And he gets red in the face and just hightailed it. Friendo. so I don't think I was too mean, but yeah. Oh, all right. I gotta step away for 1 second again. Hang on. Somebody's asking me for the curious about what I bought, so I'll give you the stuff. Anthem. What is it? One second. All right, here we go. AVM 70 preamp, a MCA 525 amp, and sub is SVS PB 4000. So there, in answer to your question, that's the group of stuff that I bought. Just upgraded to a separate system with a separate preamp and amp, and upgraded my subwoofer. Still have the same speakers and TV and everything that I've had, at least for now. But yeah, a couple weeks ago, I did really well with my stock trading, and I think I've told you guys my story about balance before, where there were points in my life where I spent too much money, and there were points in my life where I saved too much money. And I kind of figured out that what I really want is a balance between the two. You know, I'm just going to stay with L3 because we need that to be the lowest life character so that we can get our contract. But it's not looking good. We're not doing much damage here. Come on. How do we get this robot to be the low-life target now? Come on. Obviously, we can't hit Hondo reliably as the target. So now we're struggling to get a contract. Okay. Now we got the whistling birds. And this is probably going to cost me my Bosk. He's got 8 birds. This is it, guys. This is exactly what I was talking about, where we underestimate these teams, and this is going to be a dropped battle for me. Yep. And I just chose my leader poorly, right? I didn't think that this L3 was going to be that hard to the damage to bring into range for the contract. Yeah, so now I'm stuck. Zoltar says no point in making money if you don't spend it. That's exactly true. You know, I went through this phase where right out of college, I did very well. I saved money, and what are we going to do here, guys? I think we just need to deploy some strong teams, get rid of some of this stuff. See what's on the back wall. So there was a point where, like right out of college, I saved a lot of money. I lived very frugally. I had a small, cheap apartment for the first 5 years, and 4 years. Saved up, bought a house, and then after that, I bought another house and had a rental property. So by the time I was in my mid-20s, I already had 2 houses and a rental house, and a bunch of money saved in my 401k, and I was doing well for myself. Well, then I started spending a little bit of money, and then I went crazy and bought like a brand new BMW car, and that was kind of foolish. But yeah, so I spent and kind of went the other way, spent too much money, and then had to kind of dial it back and say, okay, now that I'm spending too much, I need to save again. And then I went crazy with saving. And it was just because I had this idea that like I only wanted to owe on the house. So for where I was at, I got rid of that new car. I loved it. Believe me, I love that. I had a BMW M3, and I loved the car, and I had it for about 3 years, almost 4 years, and I had fun with it. I loved it. But when I went on this kick, I wanted like that my house payment to be the only debt that I had. So I got rid of that car. I took a huge loan on my 401k. I paid off my wife's car, our credit card debt, like everything in the world that we owed went to zero, and I got some money. That's when I first started doing my own stock investing. But then I'd borrowed so much against my 401k, and I used a loan program where I took the money as a loan and then had to pay it back. I kid you not, guys. With the 401k contribution I was making and paying back my 401k loan over a 3-year contract, my take-home pay, my checks, were $172 every 2 weeks, and my house payment was $700. So I literally could not make my house payment with my paycheck. So we used my wife's income to make that house payment and pay the bills, and I used my paycheck just to pay off that loan. So we did that for 3 years, and then after that, it just kind of continued, and we continued to be that frugal for like another 2 or 3 years afterwards. And then that's kind of when I had the big realization that like it doesn't work to spend too much money and like get yourself in debt. It doesn't work to save money and be frugal, because for a 5-year period, we did nothing. We did nothing. We didn't go on vacations. We didn't have money that we spent to have fun. We just like, we were doing good things. I mean, we saved a ton of money. We paid off all of our debt. We were living, in financial terms, we were living the dream. The house was the only payment that we had to make, and everything else was paid for. And we were saving probably 30% of our earnings. But man, we weren't having fun. So yeah, that's where I figured out, like, so I've got my whole thing set up now. So when I make money in the stock market, it's 4 categories, right? Category 1, 25% of it, reinvesting, growing the amount of money that I have to continue investing and growing. 25% of it, taxes. There's no getting around it. You just have to pay your taxes, right? 25% of it, I'm going to enjoy, right? I'm going to spend it on things that I like, that I want, that are fun. And then 25% of it, I'm going to spend on things that I have to. So we redid the pool, for example. We're going to redo some flooring in the house. So that's kind of the buckets that I've built. 25% of it just grows my investment. 25% of it is stuff that I have to spend. 25% is taxes. And then 25% I'm just going to enjoy. So, yeah, we did well. We bought some stereo equipment. All right, we've got a battle to fight here. I'm going to try the bad batch. And I'm looking for a Datacron here that's just going to give me, like, crit damage and durability. This seems pretty good. And we're going to try to beat this SWGOH team with a bad batch team. I feel like that's a working solution to this, right? That should work. JQ says, hey DL, good luck today. I got blasted. Leia failed on Lord Vader. Seer on Ray Ben Barris. And JMK flunked on SLKR. Remaining the sole uncleared fight. Oh, you got wrecked by an SLKR too, huh? Just another consumer says that was me last round. That was me on Wednesday. Man, I didn't beat SLKR. I didn't beat Ray. And if the teams that I have set up to do that don't get the job done, then it's just sadness. I don't really have other options in the account. All right, let's so we're basically just going to kill these guys with area of effect, right? That's the thing we're doing here. think. I think that's the thing we're doing. Get buff immunity on. Oh, good gravy. This is over already. We're losing. Okay. All right. Both losses hinged on Drogon and Cat being neutralized early. All right. This is a disaster, guys. I said I wasn't going to drop battles and then immediately, first row, drop 2 battles. This is exactly what I don't want to do. So we're just going to absolutely destroy these battles. We're going to get to the back wall, and we're going to see what's back there. We've got a cron for this first order started. So we're just going to use that. And then I think I'm going to do the same thing for these other 2 teams. Malgus, I'm just going to use Sith Eternal. And then that SWGOH team. And the Malgus team doesn't even feel that threatening, but man, I can't just be dropping battles all over the place on these mediocre teams. That's really frustrating to me. This is another team that we've just got to kill. We just got to kill these characters. Let's do a lame cron here. We don't need something that good here. We'll just use C-Watt, not even a tank. We'll just use the insta-kill to get SWGOH out of here. And they definitely should not have enough damage to kill Sith Eternal with this team. And then maybe we'll use something like what can we use against Malgus? Can we use Sidious against Malgus? Can we get Sidious about that fight? Maybe. We'll use the protection recovery now. Try to get Watt a little bit of protection back. And into the ult. That's a strategy I've seen from a couple opponents. Throw curveballs and hope for strikes. Yeah, well, I mean, we know what his strategy is, or at least I feel like his strategy is simply all out on offense and just let your opponent make mistakes. But I mean, I don't want to use good teams against these mediocre teams, but then I drop battles to them. So it's pretty awful. Is this a Sidious battle? Let's look and see if anybody's using Sidious versus Malgus. Malgus must be a character that we can pick here, right? Season 67 3v3. Darth Malgus counters. Sidious has a 99% win rate against comps like this. 99% win rate is a pretty good win rate. Do we need the no revives, or are we better off with this one? This Datacron's a little better, has some protection. This has protection, crit chance, crit damage. This has tons of crit damage. There's no revives on this team, right? There's nothing. Gain a bonus turn. Armor penetration, potency. Okay. Well, we're just going to go in like this. See what happens. Sidious should work. Surely you can't be Sidious. I am Sidious. Alright, they should have most of their dispels done now. That should get Malgus. Everybody just flips. Good. Let's see this back wall. There's a Jabba back here. There's a Kelleran Beck. There's a Zori. There's a Qui-Gon. This team we can Afra, right? We can put in Afra and some droids. We have those. We have the technology. This guy and this level 15 Datacron that we invested in to kill Jabbas. All right, let's go. All right, I see that a lot of people who have joined do not appear to know how to use their lightsabers. That's disappointing, guys. You can spare me the small amount of energy that it takes to click that lightsaber button. I would certainly appreciate it. All right, let's... Oh, she got cleansed. Yeah, we'll just basic here. Should get a kill. Missiles for everyone. That ability doesn't seem to do that much damage. I know it's just kind of a flavor thing, but it's a banner reduction tactic, I guess. Make sure that we can't get full banners by damaging our own characters. I don't know. I don't really understand that ability. Does anybody know why he shoots everybody with missiles, including your own team? I don't know the lore behind BT1. So, like, is that a thing? He kills everybody when he goes crazy? Is that the lore? Okay, now I'm just going to put it back on Chrysanthemum because we're going to have to kill him eventually anyway. So, click auto. And, all right, we got a few more likes. A few more hits on that like button. That's good. Appreciate you guys. Visions of Him says like and subscribe. Like and prescribe. Like and take some chai tea. All right. Okay, so that's out of the way. We got that done. We've got GLs to use for Zori and Qui-Gon if we want to. Let's go up front here. This Radish team, I think we're just going to use Jedi. We've been quite successful with that. Uh-oh. I'm getting all kinds of notifications now. What's going on here? Okay. Nothing important. Moving on. This guy. And then I think maybe I like Bastila in here just to continue to promote damage. We'll save our Jedi Master Luke and Jedi Knight Luke for the same team. Put him with Hermit Yoda somewhere. What, health and protection seems good. Crit damage, armor penetration, all that seems good. So, and then Jedi Cal, if we can't manage to kill Radis somehow with a normal attacks, we will kill Radis with insta-kill. So that's the deal. Let's try to get some protection back here. Send this over to Cal. Just keep working away at Radis. Keep trying to get the exposes off of us so that they can't suddenly turn us into jello. Okay. Now we got to get Jin out of here before she decides to bring back Radish. And Cassian, last person standing, but not for long. Alright, that works. 56, we'll take it. Yummy. Gungans, I don't think that this Datacron stops the Mandalorians. Person DeLoreans, let's, I could probably use this. Potency, oh, never mind. That's not a very good Datacron for us. We've got a Mandalorian mechanic that we can use. It's just a dark side Datacron. Has good stats on it though. Let's equip that. Let's look at this Datacron. Whenever they lose taunt, remove 50% turn meter from all enemies. Whenever Gungans use a special, they stun a target that can't be evaded or resisted. So we're just going to be stunned for the entire combat. That's a lot of stuns. That is a stunning amount of stuns. What do we want to do about this? We've got Leia. I mean, we could just use JML, for example, against the Zori team. We could use... But we have to be able to kill the generator, too. We have to avoid stuns and also kill the generator. Do Mandalorians still work here? It's going to be a lot of stuns. It's going to be a lot of stuns, and the phalanx removing turn meter from all enemies. So if we're stunned, we could get locked down under the stun. It could be that Paz is the only one getting stunned, as long as he can keep his taunt. He'll be able to remove the taunt. I don't know, guys. I don't know if this still works. I'm going to test it for science. We're going to use this to see for future battles if this still is viable with all the stuns. We're currently not stunned, but I think we have to take the generator out as soon as possible. That makes everything worse, right? So I would like to use Bo-Katan's ability to clear stuns. Dispel all buffs from all enemies. I think we really want to dispel all the buffs. We don't want retaliate. Just don't want it. Okay, let's do some of this. More stuns, turn meter removal. Okay. I swear we're going to get a turn here someday. And they've got the retaliation back up already. I didn't want that, but that's what we got. Okay. We got to get back in the game here, guys. Bo-Katan's stunned again. Gungans are all full life again. So we're in this weird spot where we're not really losing, but we're also not winning. Okay, let's cleanse everybody off and try to get Gungan Phalanx dead. Okay. And then I'm actually going to target Boss Nass here instead of Jar Jar. Okay, get some stuns in here. And the reason I want to target Boss Nass is just because he has too many special abilities that come up too often. I feel like he's more of a threat than Jar Jar for keeping the stuns going. Alright, well, we got stunned a lot. We lost some turn meter, but overall, still a viable battle here for Mandalorians. Good to know. Okay, got a vacuum cleaner here, a Ray team here. The Ray team has Ben Solo. Okay. And we've got a Mando team. This Mando team. Is there anything that would stop us from just using Luke? Or maybe even better, Dash Han Chewie. All right, we could do Dash Rendar and then Han and Chewie, and that's tons of damage. It's shooting first, so we shoot first. We lock down Maul. We just pound him into the dirt. We daze the rest of the team so that they can't do any crazy assisting. And we pick a Datacron that's just got tons of armor penetration and crit damage. And just nuke them, right? That works. That's got to work. I hope it works. Let's shoot first. I forget, Maul's immune to that nonsense of getting stunned. Alright. Cleanse off that taunt so that we can get back to Maul. Well, so much for cleansing off the taunt. Try again to cleanse off the taunt. Lightside Ally. I didn't think Lightside Allies got that crazy taunt thing. No, not enough damage. Couldn't kill Maul. Okay. Alright. Once again, so frustrating, guys. So frustrating. Once again, I underestimate one of these teams and end up losing to it. How is that Maul team that good? I don't even know. Now, my only hope here is that my opponent actually can't clear. At this point, I've lost so many battles that the only hope that I have left is that my opponent won't full clear. Okay. Kill this Mandalorian team. Let's use Bane here. So we could use Bane here. We could use... What do we have for this 50 RT? Wampa? Can we Wampa this? I'm just going to do science, guys. At this point, I'm just going to do science. And surely Wampa can ramp enough damage to kill a vacuum cleaner here. I don't feel like they have enough damage to stop me. BB-8 can get all of the foresight he wants, and I don't care because Wampa basic attack says we don't care. Can't be evaded. So we'll just do that, get rid of BB-8 right away. And then we'll start the process of ramping. We'll just hit the ramp button every time it's up. Ramp. And we're fine on life, just ramp. We've still got some purple protection, so we don't even need to do our Womp yet. We'll do the Womp now. Start getting it on cooldown. Kill that Lobot over there with area of effect damage. Okay. Just keep ramping, just keep ramping. The ramp button is up, right? You gotta click the ramp button when it's up. There goes the Lobot. Alright. 1,000,000 points of ramp. Okay. We're hitting for 142,000 against this character. That's okay. We've got 3 minutes left to ramp. I'd be shocked if we couldn't get there. I mean, eventually we're going to have to be hitting this character for like 340,000, right? That's the goal. Let's see if we can get a 500,000 hit. What do you guys think? Can we hit for 500,000 in one hit by the end of this time? Now, Wampa doesn't use Womp, right? He always ramps if it's up. Let's put it on auto and see if that's true. Ramp, counterattack, ramp. Oh, we only got up to 194,000. That's the biggest hit that I saw there. All right, but vacuum cleaner down. Ben Solo. What do we think about Radis here? Radis could work, right? Just once we take away protection, they've got to die under a hope, right? I think I've used up my Cassian Kron already, so let's see what we've got here. If anybody dies, we gain offense. So if Cassian dies, we can bring him back with Jin. All right, let's go. There is a sequence here, I suppose, where they hit Radis and they put the healing immunity onto Radis and then just like don't target any other character ever. And you know, that's bad for us. The first round of healing immunity goes on Cassian though, so that's good. And we'll just work on everybody who's not Jedi Training Ray to start with. Okay. Let's heal up here a little bit and give her some debuffs. Okay, now we put on Hope. And that killed Ben Solo. And then we kill Rey. Okay, 57 banners. That's working as intended. Let's just use Bane here. We've still got 2 Galactic Legends for the back wall. This is fine. We'll use our Sith Assassin Datacron here. Pew. Off we go. 2 clicks. What do you think, guys? Is it going to take... Oh, my God. Bane, one of the highest damage characters in the game, just hit his maul for like a tickle. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was not a Bane first hit. Look at this. How is this character this durable? I thought I was going to kill everybody in like one hit. That's crazy. Okay, good enough. What do we got on ships? Let's see how bad it is. It's the worst. It's the matchup that we struggle with the most, with the Profundity, the Executor, and the Marauder. But the Marauder is not relicked, right? So this is a non-relic Marauder, which is at least some hope. Rebellions are built on hope. So there you go. We'll build this rebellion on hope. Okay. Zori Bliss. We can use a Galactic Legend here. Qui-Gon we can use a Galactic Legend on, not because we need to, but because we have a Galactic Legend. Kelleran Bech. Who else do we have? We've still got a Malgus team in here that we can use somewhere. We've still got our good old-fashioned Imperial Troopers that we can use somewhere. Do Imperial Troopers kill these Wookiees? Let's try that. We're going to try that. We're going to do the Imperial raid on the Wookiee farm. Let's get after it. What do we got here? Crit damage, armor penetration, crit damage. This is good. This got good stats. Good stats for Imperial Troopers. Let's go. Okay, Zalbar. I know you're tough, but are you tough enough to withstand a pneumatic fisting? My God. Not only is he tough enough to withstand it, look, he didn't take any damage. Took no damage. That's crazy. We're down to 2 stacks on our trooper already here. Oh no. Imperials about to lose to down to 1 stack. Unexpected. Unexpected. Alright, let's get a 2nd stack back. Ooh, about to lose that 2nd stack. You know what? Let's drop this. Get some dazes. Oh, come on. Alright. I can't use the mass assist yet because Dark Trooper is stunned. Dark Trooper's dead. Piet is still pretty monstrous, though. Maybe there's a chance we could pull this off. Let's drop this again. Well, Wookiees beat Troopers. Come on! Oh my God! This is a circus, guys. This is a circus. All right, let's use the Padme team here. Let's use Shaak Ti, and let's throw in this Coruscant Underworld Police. Let's give them some extra protection and healing in a bunch of defense. And then we'll try to use their superior health against them. Lots of courage stacks that don't matter, apparently. Okay. All right, we'll use Shaak Ti to broom away some of these buffs. The first round of courage was disappointing, to say the least. Let's see if we can get a better second round of courage here. Okay. 1 damage to Zalbar. Let's heal up, I guess. I'm going to try to stay on Zalbar if I can here. Give Padme some speed up. Oh, that's going to mess with our timing on our courage, though. That's probably not a good idea. Alright, Zalbar, take that. Vandor getting the taunt now. Wookiees killing Shaak Ti. No healing available. Courage is also not the answer. Oh, what is this? What is this GAC, guys? I don't even know. I don't even know. Leia with a couple rebels here. And we'll use a bad Datacron. And this has to go in the category of not even close, right? Has to. Oops. Wrong skill. Okay. Damage immunity. Up and then gone. Hide the Drogon. And off we go with Zori Bliss. Should be it. Alright, let's go. Keller and Beck. Keller and Beck. Let's see. You know what? Let's try Grievous here. Separatists. And we'll do Some droids. We have been successful with this in the past. So let's... Oh, wow. Almost one-shotted my whole team there with Anakin. That's got to be a pretty good feeling for him. Okay. You gotta kill Mace. Well, Anakin just takes too many turns. Yikes. Alright. Qui-Gon gains 15% turn meter. Pool's done filling. Gotta go turn off my pool. Should I have Vanguard 50% more turn meter? The damage they receive is reduced by 75% until the end of the turn. He's actually Vanguard? Huh. Okay. Guess I didn't know that. We'll clean this up with something. Keller and Beck. Let's use Malgus here. We'll use Malgus. Malak. And Darth Revan, I guess. This is pretty good for Sith. Alright, let's see if we can Sith this team. Shock T. Okay. Wow. Let's go over here. Drain some life. Get Ayla. What? Okay, of course. Got to be some resurrection in here somewhere for no reason. If all allies are Vanguard, they gain protection up whenever dispels. When Keller and Beck can't be evaded. Light side allies. Where did that revive come from? I don't remember that being part of Kelleran's kit, but probably is. Okay. Shock T. Yeah, let's get a good drain in here. Revan, not taking the hits. Revan goes down. Okay. Malgus about to go down. Keller and Beck taking 12 turns every time he goes. Trying to get rid of some of this protection up, but it's really a lot of protection up. I hit Keller and Beck with the life drain, and it got rid of his protection up. That's like literally all it did. Alright, well, Malik will die soon. And then we can try to come in and clean this up with somebody else, I guess. Life drain not enough to kill Shock T. Protection up, way too good. Way too much. I'll just put it on auto. We got less than 2 minutes left, and I don't even think we'll be able to kill Shock T here. The protection up is just so much. And these are characters that have high health. And this is a decent hit. And a stun. And she's back to full. Look at this. No problem. No problem at all. I mean, I guess if my Malik was like Relic 5 or 7 or something like that, I'd have enough damage to kill these characters, like, from that hit. From that, like, normal attack. Relic 3 Malik just not getting it done. Not gonna get it done. This is disappointing. This is insanely disappointing. Like, I don't even know what we could have done differently. It's crazy. All right, well, that's what it is. I guess we're using a Galactic Legend here. Sure, why not? Well, we only have one more Galactic Legend left. Yeah, let's try CLS here with some droids. I'm pretty sure that Keller and Beck is going to one-shot like everybody on the team. He's just going to go attack, 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 and probably kill my guys. But kind of running out of teams here. All right, let's just do a basic here. Okay. That protection up means that like 70,000 damage is going to be absorbed. That protection up is really obscene. And I'm so close to killing Shock T, right? Like, I'm very close. Let's recover here. Get rid of buffs. Continue to try to get Shock T out of here. Her recovery is just too much. Okay, we got the revive out of the way. Strip off the buffs again. Okay, Shock T dealt with, finally. If we could get some stuns on Keller and Beck, that would be fantastic. Let's recover again. There's a stun. All right, all right, all right. Looks like we're gonna potentially be okay here. Potentially. All right. All right, all right. Good. Galactic Legend to beat Wookiees. Craziness. Galactic Legends also used to beat other Galactic Legends. Now, maybe beat Wookiees. This team is insane. I gotta admit, guys, I've never fought a Wookiee team like this before. And the dual taunts and the amount of durability coming out of this team is absolutely insane. Like when you hit one of the Wookiees, they all gain life back or something. It's crazy. What about the Galactic Legend attack on the Wookiees? I don't know why both Keller and Beck and Shakti revived that battle. It isn't TW. Well, you know, sometimes these things. Let's see what Jedi we have that we could put together here. What's Jedi Vanguard? I mean, there's a lot more characters in this Jedi Vanguard than I was giving it credit for. But we've got a Keller and Beck. We've got a Beckacron. Maybe I was underestimating the value of said Beck-Ocron. Maybe I need to put that on defense. I think I do. Hey, stop. Good gravy. The alerts that I'm getting today are crazy. Okay, let's do some ships. I guess let's go look at fleet placement. I do have to play a game for fleet today. Let's try Darth Brooks here. And let's just go in with a normal battle. Excuse me, guys. I'm creeping up on my microphone again. I find the amount of open space that I have in front of me disorienting still. And I found that I was like creeping my face toward my microphone subconsciously. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Like how used to that I must be. Huh. Well, this is pretty horrible, honestly. We lost Xanadu Blood, and his team did not use Deathmark. Okay, so we got rid of the punishing one before we had to deal with the Deathmark. That's good. That's solid. Now we can heal up our own punishing one. It should be hard for Razor Crest to get anything here. Let's do this. Let's cleanse away the buff. Let's bring in our own Houndstooth. I think that's better here than the Slave 1, because they're going to have to attack into my Houndstooth with their area of effect attack, and I have Chaff on, so they're not going to get any added bonuses for their ult. Both of us, both me and my opponent, are like way behind on our progress toward ult, because neither one of us have the locked buffs. There, I finally got the locked buffs on now. I'm gonna try to stun this Houndstooth. Okay, now they've got Ebonhawk in here. We are one away from the ult. Oh, that was bad on my part. Let's get the IG out of here. We'll have the ult activation. I'm just going to put it on auto. There's literally nothing to see here. We'll kill that. We'll kill that. And then if we can't kill this, we'll death mark it here in a second. Now we got buff immunity on, so it's all over. Good, there's our fleet placement for the day. I don't need to go for first place, so I'm happy. Victory. That took us up to what, like 4th or 3rd place? Yeah, 3rd place is fine. Let's go back to GAC. Okay. And we're just going to do mirror matches. And then this, we're going to start with the finalizer here. And we're going to see if we can use the finalizer to take out Anakin. That's our goal. And then we can come in with a different ship and try to negotiate our way through victory. Let's put a missile on Anakin. Stun him. Okay. We're all dazed up now. Sure, that makes sense. I don't know. Is there any way to underdog this mirror match? For the ships? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know how to beat this negotiator. Even with a bad Marauder, the negotiator's like kills everything I have on defense. It's insane. Or everything I have on offense, I should say. We can try to come up into this. You know, maybe the unending loyalty wears out on Anakin in time, and we can get a good attack with the comeuppance. That is really an insane amount of damage. Just annihilated my fleet in the opening salvo. It's crazy. They don't care about taunt. Okay. Somehow I'm taking all kinds of turns on Rey's Falcon, and I have no buffs anymore. So now when I bring in comeuppance, nothing is going to happen. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Anakin does not have unending loyalty. All right. All right. We come up to them. I mean, the whole fleet's gone and they're still killing ships. It's amazing. Oh, God. Can't kill this Marauder. Maybe there's a chance that we can bring in this ship and just survive long enough to get the ult. Psh, never mind. Never mind. A Gear 8 Marauder, clearly capable of doing 50 to 60,000 damage on a basic attack. It's no problem. Okay, let's take out these other two teams and then we'll come back and clean this up. Do the Executor, and this Executor is Houndstooth in the opening. Houndstooth in the opening. I'm going to be targeting Razor Crest. And then I'll be stuck behind Houndstooth, and they're still going to kill my Xanadu Blood. So we're going to mirror match this. All right, in we go. And we'll target over here. Okay. And then they can mass assist into my Houndstooth. Let's do a basic here. We'll do the Death Mark, and then let's go kill Houndstooth as fast as we can. Slave 1 comes in as the reinforcement. I'm going to target here, and we're going to peel off all of these buffs. Razor Crest down. I don't really care that much about the Razor Crest going away because we don't have a Houndstooth to deal with, right? So we'll always be able to hit whatever target we're looking at. I feel like Punishing One's probably our target now. Oh my god. So much damage. We'll bring in our Slave 1. We're 1 off on the alt, which is inconvenient, but let's go. Yeah. Stuns my Slave 1 easily, right? Like, easily. No problem. Okay, get this garbage out of here. Stuns. Go ahead and bring in a reinforcement. We've got the mass assist, the setup, but I'd rather have the other ship on the field, guarantee things. Order 66 banners, pretty awful. This should be doable. We'll go ahead and take a couple reinforcements here. I kind of want to save some ships though, because I may end up, you know, kind of whittling my way through that negotiator. And I think there's other ships. I could save like all of these ships to do a different rebel fleet. So I'm going to do that, and we'll take in a couple other just kind of generic reinforcements here to make sure we get this taken care of. This bomber should be the only reinforcement that we really need. But I'll take a couple others just in case something weird happens. Okay, we'll go for tenacity up and just work our way toward the ultimate faster. Same kind of thing here. We'll do a basic on our Outrider and take another turn and just use special abilities, work on the alt. Nope. Protection down sticks on mine. I'll probably lose my tank here, which is unfortunate. He gets the coin flip on going first here, kills my tank. Alright, but this should be it, right? we put fire on these rebels, and all right, fine. I guess the tank is not taunting anymore. Let's do area of effect just to do some damage on these guys. It didn't do much, did it? Huh. Okay. Let's take the assist on Millennium Falcon. Get a lot of attacks. Try to get one of these guys down. Here we'll do the flames again. Peel off all these buffs. Get that down. I am going to kill this tank while I can. It may not seem that threatening, but this tank is pretty annoying. Alright, they're going to bring in 2 reinforcements back to back. I'm racing toward the ult though, so in the end, even if they survive these flames that I put on them, I should still get to my ult before he gets to his. Okay. That should be my ult, which is a good thing because I'm losing my Outrider to garbage. I'm losing my Outrider to garbage. Oh my god. This is so bad. I'm probably going to lose this matchup now. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. I have literally, to my knowledge, never lost the mirror match with my profundity versus profundity. I do not recall ever losing this mirror match. Today might be a first. Y'all may be witnessing a first for me. Are you kidding me right now? Okay. Starting to get things back under control a little bit, it looks like. Wow. That is by far the closest I have ever come to losing that mirror match. By far the closest. Okay, so we've got Chimera that we can use here. So we're going to use the Chimera version of this fleet. And even if we can't win right away, hopefully we can last long enough to get to the ultimate ability and take out that Marauder. I wouldn't be surprised if a solo Marauder can kill the whole fleet here. It shouldn't work that way, but it would not surprise me. Let's ability block here. Scythe is almost down. It took one hit from the enemy, so it's pretty much gone at this point. Ah, man. All right. Here comes Ahsoka. She decided to do a basic attack, which was odd, I must say. Okay, Scythe going down. Let's see if we can make that last just a little bit longer. Yeah, nice hit on that Ahsoka. All right, Marauder. Let's see what you got, buddy. So we're going to be able to kill that Marauder on the next hit. You guys know what hubris is, right? Man, let me tell you what. Hubris. I came in, I looked at this guy's defense, and I was like, this is way too easy. This has got to be a trap of some kind. Like 9 dropped battles later, who's laughing? Right? Who's laughing now? Good gravy. 1 drop battle there. 2 more. 3, 4, 5, 6 dropped battles there. And then 2 more on ships. 8 drops, guys. 8 drops. There's no way I'm winning this. There's no way. I think it would be a miracle if I won. It's okay though. I don't mind. If this player can put a defense like that on and expect to win, good on him. You know? Good job, opponent. I'm going to change this Lord Vader team. I don't think it's worth having Maul on the team. I would rather have a Maul team. We got to get that. We got to get the new clones built. You know what? Maybe just do that. Maybe just do unequip the Datacron. I said unequip. Jerk. You know, let's put the Alpo and Scorch in here. Or not Scorch. CX. Let's put Alpo and CX in here just for fun. My God, that looks bad. Okay. That team's not viable. I can't do that. Boy. What are we going to do here? We've got to try to make this threatening. At least a little bit threatening. You know what? I'm just going to put 2 tanks. That's it. We're going to use Vader himself as the threat. And we're just going to throw 2 tanks in the way. And waste time. This has got massive armor penetration on it. That's too good as a Bane Cron though, right? We got to use that as a Bane Cron. Let's use this. Let's use this. Now this whole team is Lord Vader, right? And he's either going to win or lose based on gaining enough damage to get the kills. Okay. Let's equip a Datacron here on Yaba. Let's go down here, throw some Datacrons at these guys. Let's see. Tons of defense. I don't think defense is what they want. Wow. Like all of the Datacrons I have in here are tons of defense. Well, okay. Defense and crit damage. Let's just do this. Let's just do this. We'll give them all kinds of defense. Star Killer. Let's do that. Throw a Datacron on them. Malicos. Let's sure, let's do tons of defense on Malicos just for the fun of it. What's the biggest defense we've got left here? 60% defense. Set that. These guys can use a Datacron. Let's see if we've got like a low-level Datacron that we like. Potency, armor penetration, crit damage, potency, defense. This is too much crit damage. We don't want to throw that away. Armor penetration. I'm gonna put this one on. Get some Datacrons on these teams. Gungans, we actually have a Gungan Kron. I don't know why we don't have the Gungan Kron on the Gungan team. We'll set that. Queen Amidala, Kronless. Let's put a low level Kron. Dark Side Tank Revive we don't care. Sure. Let's put a Kron on him to have a Kron. Alright. Good. Now, which team are we going to replace? Maybe we should replace these Night Bros. Maybe there's a better team up top to replace. We could take the Remnant on offense. Let's take Qui-Gon on offense. Maybe there's an opportunity for that somewhere. Let's do Jedi. And let's do Vanguard. And let's do Kelleran Bach. And Shakti. And Barriss, I guess. We'll throw this Vanguard thing in here. And, no, I'll put that on defense. Let my opponents mess with that. Okay. Defense is updated. Looks like he started. Wannabe Gamer says based on his own merits. You can sort by stats. You mean the Datacrons you can sort by stats? Let's see if we see one last look at what he's doing here. Yeah. He's cleared all that off. Look at that. Nice clean wins. No problems, no drops. Yeah, this guy has his tactics down. He's gonna clear my stuff. My ship defense poses absolutely no problems for him, so he'll full clear me. Let's hope he gets stuck on one team somewhere. That's all we need. We just need like a ray on the back wall to hold. We need a team to surprise him somewhere, and hopefully, maybe he used too many resources on that front wall. Maybe. Alrighty, y'all. My pool's probably overflowing. The alarm went off. I had the water going on the pool to fill it, so I got to run and check that. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's always fun. I hope you guys have success in your GACs and drop less battles than I dropped. End of the stream things, hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Subscribe to the channel. Notification bell tells you when I'm doing these live streams. I do my live streams on Wednesday and Sunday at 6:30 p.m. and 11 o'clock a.m. on Saturdays. That's all Central Time in the U.S. So if you want to join for those streams, it's always fun to have cool people in the chat. Talk about things that are Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and also like anything else in the whole wide world. So ask me questions, and if I don't know the right answer, I'll at least come up with something entertaining for the group. So thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next Holocron.